How's it going, guys? The Quran is the book of Allah, and it has no contradictions, right? I came on a YouTube comment about a list of contradictions, all right? So I asked ChatGPT, guys. They remember there's no contradictions, okay? You cannot have external sources to explain your Quran contradictions, okay? Because they are not the words of Allah. So the first question I asked was, this is out of 21 questions, right? I asked, who is the first Muslim? All right. The Muhammad's claimed that he was the first Muslim, and then some say Moses claimed he was the first Muslim, but he is not explicitly say he was the first Muslim. And then for Abraham is called a Muslim in several places of because he's a model of submission to God. Because if you submit to God and you bow down, you're a Muslim. My mom is a Buddha. She's a Buddhist. She pray down. She bow down. Is she a Muslim? Adam was said to be a Muslim. Some Egyptians say Conviction was a Muslim. So the best answer, guys, so in conclusion, the best answer ChatGPT gave me, Abraham is the first Muslim. So if that's the case, guys, you shouldn't listen to Muhammad because he's not the first Muslim, right? So another question, number 2 question, how long did Allah create his creation? Or say 6 days in one of the verses, and in the other verses, based on this verse, it says it's 8 days. All right, so 8 days, right? And apparently you need scholars, outside sources, to explain these definitions. And then I said to ChatGPT, don't believe the scholars, only what the Quran says, because you have to remember, anything outside of the Quran is not the words of Allah. You cannot trust it. So the contradiction is basically, if we read it by face value, it's contradictions, right? And I said, can you list me? Then I said, list me 20 contradictions, all right? Obviously, the creation, the order of the earth. Who created the order of the earth first? Is it earth or heaven first, right? They don't even know, right? Does Allah change his word? No one can change Allah's word versus Allah abrogates verses. No, so these are just some basic one. Peace versus religion. No alcohol. Some say, you can obviously forbid it. Jews and Christians are respected versus Jews and Christians are cursed or enemies. You have free will. People have choose to believe or not. The Pharaoh's drowned or versus he was safe as a sign. So how did the creation of the humans started? From a drop, clay, blood clot, or nothing? So there's top 20 list there. Is Jesus is just a prophet? Jesus is the word of Allah. Which one is it, guys? Which one is it? Okay. Who was the first Muslim? Abraham or Muhammad? All right. So I said, is the Quran from God? Well, some believers say it's from God. And then the verdict says it's from God. Some say it's from God. It was not meant to read literally. Some say it's unsure, and then some say it's not from God. Okay. Now, and then I ask it. They claim there's no contradictions from God. How can God create something that is full of contradictions, right? Then this is a problem. If you take that seriously, here's the problem, okay? A perfect, all-powerful God, you have to remember, can communicate clearly, avoid confusion, prevent contradictions, anticipate misreading and misunderstanding, preserve the measure in a way that people, that even lay people can grasp. If God fails any of that, and his message requires layers of scholars and interpreters to fix what looks like an error then this book is not from God. Or God is not perfect, clarity or logic. Okay, here's what believers often say: you must not read the Quran in Arabic original Arabic. You need scholars to explain deeper meanings. Contradictions are only apparent, not real. God revealed things gradually. Okay, how can God reveal things gradually when you say this is the last book of Word of Allah? But you have to think honestly. Why would a perfect message from God require outsourced explanation, linguistic gymnastics, and expert interpretation just to make sense? If the Quran is not for all for all mankind, it should be universal, clear, intentionally consistent, not dependent on human scholars to save it from contradictions. That's basically the logic, guys. If it's the word from Allah, it's meant to be for every mankind, guys. It should be easy to read. You do not need outside sources or scholar to explain read anything, because human can be biased. Okay, you should only take the face value of what the Quran says itself. It should be on all, makes it easier to read. You don't need to read Arabic to understand its true meaning. God's meant to be everybody. Stop saying that you have to learn, you have to know how to read Arabic. Not everybody in the whole world knows how to read Arabic. If they cannot understand in their own language, that book is false. It's clearly from made from man, guys. So be respectful and actually learn how to read and think for yourself. Your book is full of contradictions. It's not from God. It doesn't even know how many days it can create in the heavens. Who was the first Muslim? Can't even decide that for yourself. It's just crazy nonsense. This stuff is nonsense. It's ridiculously nonsense. I feel sorry for you guys. If you continue to seek the truth, just ask ChatGPT itself. Take care.